Hi, my peoples. Shade, read, drag. Oh my. We're going to talk about some of these shenanigans. Let me play my intro. All right, so welcome back to another episode with me. I am the loud thinker. That's my old thing. I don't even know why I'm using my old name. I used to say that on. Oh, what is going on here? What is going on here? See. Anyway, okay, let me get it together. Oh gosh. Yeah, that was my old name. I started thinking of my old name. I used to be called the Loud Thinker. I have a podcast, and for some reason, I decided to say, welcome back to an episode of the Loud Thinker. All right, so let's try this again. Welcome back with me. I am the Black Opinionated Woman, also known as a B.O.W. Let me put up my little tickers. I just want to say, look, before I get into this, I know some of you like what I have to say, so just go ahead and like it. Can we just go ahead and like it? All right. So look, I'm gonna try to keep this short. I try to keep my lives when it's just me somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes, okay? Because I am usually having to go through the shenanigans of getting my kids ready for school. Now they're usually, pretty good, but every once in a while I need to lean in on at least one of them. All right, so we're gonna talk about the shenanigans of Black women. Um, okay, so you probably, for many of you, you may or may not have seen. I put out another video. I was just talking about Black women. I try to be intentional about Black women. Okay, what I would like to do is talk about largely en masse women's issues, but also other things in Black culture. But I'm not necessarily pop culture per se. I like to talk about things that require us to do some more extemporaneous and critical thinking. But I want to talk about right now what I see going on in pop culture. So the title is called Shade Read Drag, and I'm just gonna get right into it. YouTube and their shenanigans. I just always got to put that up there because YouTube stays on my nerves. Okay. So let me put my other thing up here. These are my opinions. All things are alleged. Notice how I said these are my opinions, but all things are alleged. I got to put my ticker up there. Look, this isn't meant to be chiseled in concrete. So before I get into what I'm thinking, I just want to put up a couple of definitions here, right? So I went to the Urban Dictionary. I went to the Urban Dictionary on purpose because, well, this is typically part of our urban culture, Black culture. We have invented this thing called shady drag. Actually, it's interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I believe a lot of those terms came from the LGBTQT community. Now, I'm going to be honest. I always butcher the acronym. Don't come for me because y'all change the acronym like on the regular. There's like extra letters and stuff, and I can't keep up. I can't. I can barely call my kids by the right name. All right. So now look. Let's talk about shade. Now, I went to the Urban Dictionary. You can do a Google search online. They said to shade is trying to act in a slick or casual manner by using something against someone, disrespecting, insulting, judging, etc. Okay? Now I want you to hold that. Then you can read someone. Tell someone about themselves, mostly used by gay Black men. And I meant to put this underneath. It's also a noun. It means to taunt. It's mockery. It's a phrase used to mock someone in a humorous way. I mean, this isn't necessarily new, right? We've had like the your mama jokes and stuff like that. And then there's drag. Get the drag. Drag is when you roast someone harshly. I wanted to pause on that. I wanted there to be a pregnant pause on that. It's when you roast someone harshly. Someone supporting you might say this word, right? When you roast someone harshly, someone supporting you might say this word, or you can be dragged, is when you are disrespected or humiliated on an internet forum. Now, let me just say this. This is not um, owned solely by Black women, this culture of the shading and the reading and the dragging. Um, when I first started watching a couple of the reality TV shows, whenever I do have a few free cycles, it used to be like this light little shade. Just a little something, something, Try to be a little slick on the slickerization type thing, just a little slick. But what happened was reality TV has morphed into something else, at least for Black women. Now, I want you guys to stick with me for a second. You don't have to agree. I don't really care. These are my opinions. I want you to stick with me for a second. Reality TV has morphed into this comedic mean girl. All right. If you look at reality TV when it comes to the Black women, it's like we have this badge of honor on who has the slickest reads in the shade. Now, I'm going to say what I'm going to say because I feel like it. A few weeks ago, now it's today, I think today is October 22nd. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think there was something that came out with Claudia Jordan and another girl who had, another woman, excuse me, who had previously participated in a reality show. I can't remember. Remember her name was Shimari or whatever. And Shamari. No, it's one of them. I don't know. But anyway, so she came out with this other girl, this other woman, and they were talking about how they were going to drag or straight shade or read some other person who wasn't even minding their business. She was minding her own blackity black business. And it's not that I'm like a super fan of her, but I'm just trying to figure out, why would you go on television to talk about, or maybe it was social media, I can't remember, to talk about how you want to read somebody? How miserable do you have to be to want, like, why do you want to do this? Why do we want to do this to each other? What is the upside to this? So let me put that was my question. Number one, why are we doing this? You have on there's a Real Housewives of Potomac. There's a character on there. I call it a character because I don't know if this is like this how this person is in real life. Well, I think her name is, well, I know her name is Candace. She engages and uses language that is so reckless and so harmful. Childish. Why are we doing this? I think because everybody's hurting. Everybody is hurting. We're going around, and I do believe hurt people, but to watch how people take pleasure, and then it's like, yeah, I got this kind of mouth, like they're proud of it. They are proud. This is what our culture has turned into. Why do we have to go from shading to reading to dragging? This is what our reality TV, this is what, and granted, I know that not everyone is like this, but this is the representation that's put on television. Black women are going to do this. We're going to shade, we're going to read, we're going to drag, we're going to go below the belt. And then we're going to take pleasure in doing it. What kind of person, one of two things is going on. You either really enjoy doing it, or you may not enjoy doing it, but you'll do anything for a dollar. So you will do it because it'll bring you a dollar. I don't understand why anyone would voluntarily want to do that. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I too have a slick mouth. But let me just say this, I do not like getting down like that. You got to push and push and push. And even still, this isn't something like you want to brag about. This is not a badge of honor. Why are we doing this? Why are we allowing ourselves to be exploited this way? Is this the only thing we bring to the table? Why are we allowing ourselves to escalate to the point where now we will brag about reading and dragging. We have whole full on shows. Let me take this little ticker off. I'm sorry. We've got full on shows. Oh, let me get myself together. Oh yeah. Gotta get my ticker on. So we've got full on shows who give like a reality recap or whatever. Now I do look at a couple of them. Sorry. Um, but there are people who get on these shows and they take pleasure in the reading aspect. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a time when you may have to go there with somebody, but most of what I see on television, there is no need for it. There's no need. These women are so mean to each other, and then they claim to be like a sisterhood or whatever it is. I'm like, no, you're not. As soon as somebody says one thing, you are willing to tear down a woman. Well, she did it to me first. That's your answer. All right, number two. Look, keep that up there. Keep that up there. So I just think a lot of it has to do with we want to be seen. I think a lot of it is the whole spectacle of it all. I think because now I'm speaking from a black about black women, I think many of us want to be seen. We have a different type of invisibility. We've got people coming for our looks and our beauty and our family life and all these things. And it's almost as if we want to be in control or something. We want to be visible. Sorry, I gotta look at my notes. We're looking for this clout. I think that it's this need for being superior. I think it's like we're not in control of anything else, but we can be in control of what comes out of our mouth. It's like we're trying to control how we can possibly harm somebody. I don't understand this. It's like this need to dominate, or I don't know what it is. You got the whacked out manosphere and red pill wanting to dominate, and then you got to look at the women. It's like we want to establish a pecking order or something. I don't know. It's like we want to tear each other down. We want to extinguish somebody's fire to light our own. But this culture of shading and reading and then dragging has escalated. It has escalated to the point that we go out of our way to tear each other down. We tear each other down to where we want to harm each other. We want to make people cry. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we want? So this was originally supposed to be a video I was supposed to put together 2 or 3 weeks ago, but because I could not get my act together, I decided to just do a quick live about it. Um, I wanted to pull up stuff and show pictures, and then I'm just that dysfunctional. But anyway, I digress. We want to be seen. It's like we need this clout. Like we need is I don't know. I feel like as a community now, I'm going to include the men and the women, we are so hurt and we are so beat down. It's like we're fighting each other in a gender war, and we're fighting within our genders, intragender. Can I say that? Intragender? Um, I was scrolling through YouTube the other day looking for some black women content, and YouTube thinks I need to see a whole bunch of red pill stuff. Um, anyway, they were showing something. I clicked on the one guy, and that's my fault. See, I shouldn't have clicked on it. And it was a bunch of people, black men, being disgusting towards each other. Come here, ninja. I'll F you up. I'll get on a plane. I'll whoop your so and so. You ain't nothing but a this. You don't care about that. You this. I'm like, is that alpha male? Because I wouldn't allow you in my house. And you guys are going to get mad at me, but I'm like, you're a monster. If you are talking like that, but anyway, I digress. Getting back to the woman, it doesn't make sense why you would want to go from shading to reading to dragging. And it doesn't make sense that that is the only content that we can put out there. The only content we can put. Why is everybody hitting me up? Okay, that makes no sense. I don't know, but it's like we take pleasure in this drag thing. Let's go on to the third point. Y'all gonna be mad, but I just really think that we need one big group therapy session. We need group therapy. We are collectively harming each other. Oh my goodness, I'm getting blown up. Like we are collectively harming each other. We do so much to harm each other. So it's kind of like, when a marriage is falling apart, when relationships fall apart, you go to counseling together and then you have your separate counseling. I feel like we need to have like a live group session every Friday. All the blackity black blacks and men and women, and then we have separate ones. We need to have group therapy. Surely we can come up with some other content because we are funny, inventive people. But right now, we just take pleasure in bringing each other down. When I watched a couple of episodes of The Real Housewives of Potomac, and I watched how that Candace, and she said some problematic things before, I was so appalled and embarrassed for the culture and for her. Because although she thinks she's being slick and she gets in these confessionals and she did. I'm sitting there thinking like, but did you win anything? What was the upside? Why is there a fly in my house? It's about to be full on winter in a month, and I have a whole fly in my house. So I just feel like, what did you gain from that? And why do you continue to do that? Why does that make you proud that you can do that? That you can say these things and hurt people? I don't understand it. And then what happens is because we continue to we put that stuff on TV because we continue to give them those moments. Look, I feel like a lot of times when people are engaging in these behaviors, I think it's because they want to be seen. I think it's because we are hurt. Why do you think we got our young women out here in these streets now engaging in full on, it's like visual minstrel. We are visual minstrels now. We're walking around looking like full on clowns. Everything is exaggerated because we want to be seen so much. And now it's all under the guises of I'm expressing myself. We're walking around in clown outfits, clown hair, and y'all could be mad. Look, I know I'm giving auntie vibes. I know I am giving auntie vibes. Okay. But hey, sometimes I have to call a thing a thing. Thing. Look, I get it. I know in terms of building the sisterhood and stuff like that, everyone wants the kumbaya. I mean, I do. But we still have to call a thing a thing. We have to hold ourselves accountable. But being accountable does not mean if I'm holding a woman accountable, it does not mean I have to bring her down either. Because you still have people who do good things, but will do, but then that one thing might be problematic. I just think this: if we are going to move forward, there are some problematic things that have to stop. And look, let me just say for the record, I by no means am perfect. Okay. Because half the time there are certain things I might do that might seem totally hypocritical. It's kind of like saying stop all the yelling and you're like, ah! Like doesn't mean that we don't need to stop and call things into question. So look, a lot of times when I stay focused on black women, it's not that I don't care about black men. I'm going to let the black men take care of the black men. Occasionally we'll come together. However, I do think sometimes women need to have a space and it has to be a level of specificity dedicated to just them. We need to stop with this weird obsession with being the best reader and dragger. That is not a badge of honor. Let me say it again. Being the best reader and dragger is not a badge of honor. You don't want that award. You don't want it. Let that one sink in. All right, so look, guys, we need to talk about a couple things because I'm getting ready to sign off. I want to talk about this commitment problem. Look, I'm committed to you. I need you to show some commitment. A like, a comment, preferably someone will subscribe. That lets me know that you enjoy listening to me. Heck, sometimes I enjoy listening to myself. Maybe I'm a narcissist. I don't know. But I would really appreciate it if you can hit that like button, if you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, your aunties, your nieces, your daughters, whoever your friends. Watch it, see it all the way through sometimes because I know sometimes we get caught up. I'm always caught up. But look, I need to get off of this situation here and attempt to be a good parent because my kids need to be fully ready for that bus because I'm not driving into school. All right, guys, come back again. Black Opinionated Woman out. Now, that is this thing.